Hello, everybody. My name's Bobby Vandever, and I'm here to tell you that God is real. If God wasn't real, I wouldn't even be alive right now. I don't read tarot. I'm not here to tell you you're going to be the next millionaire in your family or you're going to meet your kingdom spouse. I don't have those kind of gifts. Mad props to those who do. I'm here to say God is real. I wouldn't even be alive right now if He wasn't. So I'm just going to give you my testimony and speak my truth. I was born in 1972. Both my parents were heroin addicts, so my grandparents had to raise me, my two brothers, and my sister. We grew up poor. We lived off government assistance, food stamps, that kind of thing. And when I was very young, around 2 years old, I got bit by a mosquito and became very ill. I got a disease called spinal meningitis, and it almost killed me. I had a very high fever for several days. The doctors worked tirelessly to save my life, and they did. I still got scars on my ankles where they had needles in my ankles, but they saved my life and I lived. But it left a side effect on my brain. Growing up, I would always get these weird feelings. It was epilepsy, but I none of the adults noticed it. And I would get these weird feelings, and I would always just go lay down until it abated, till it went away. And that's how I dealt with my problems from this side effect from the spinal meningitis. That went on for years and years. So growing up, we were poor. God bless my grandma. This woman lived through the Dust Bowl, the Great Depression, and World War II. She knew how to stretch out a budget, and she had to with us kids. She works into her mid 60s. She would sell poodles. She would do people's taxes for them, whatever she could to make an extra dollar to try to make ends meet. My grandpa and my grandma both give up their golden years to take care of us kids. God knows where we would have been if it wasn't for them. So God bless them. But it wasn't easy. It was rough. My parents, they were around, but not. They would be in prison, get out of prison, violate their parole, go back to prison. So my grandparents had to be there to take care of us. Otherwise, who knows what would have happened. So growing up, I was picked on in school, picked on and picked on and picked on until I started fighting back. I got sick of getting picked on, started fighting back. And when you're a young kid like that, and people look down on you for being poor, you get the stink eye at the store for buying food with food stamps. You don't understand why. Once I grew up, I did, but it was a rough upbringing. I wasn't bitter towards my parents. I just was more like heartbroken that they weren't there for us. So we made it however we could. We made it, and that's how life went. My parents, they would be around, and then they'd violate their parole. They'd go back to prison, and my grandma was the main person that took care of us. She's basically my surrogate mom, and love her very much. God rest her soul. So the devil has been kicking me in my teeth since I was a young child. I almost died with the spinal meningitis. When I was in second grade, I got pushed down by an older kid, broke my arm, and it just one thing after another with me through my life. But like the song by Elton John says, I'm still standing. Here I am. So when the world gives you lemons, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, right? So that's what I've been doing all my life is making lemonade. So up until I was like my tweens, my preteens, that is, preteens, I dealt with the bullying at school, being poor, feeling less than. That was just our reality. And it was a lot for us to take. But my grandma, she raised us and made sure we made it to adulthood. My parents, they didn't change until I was in my mid 20s and started having my own kids. And then my dad turned his life around, but I'll speak more about that in another video. So I just want to say God is real. He loves you. You're a cherished child of God, and He very much wants to have a personal, intimate relationship with you. Let Him. Surrender your life to Jesus and watch the blessings flow into your life. Look up the song Silent Lucidity by Queensryche. The Lord is my rock. Rock on.